Guys, as you can see, this is the H96 PRO Plus. As you can see on there, a nice gold and black design like we mentioned, with 4K Ultra HD TV box underneath. Like we mentioned before, nothing on the back, so we'll delve straight into it. So the premium box on the outside, when we take that off, you are greeted straight away with this box here. So as you can see, it says 4K Ultra HD TV box, S912 chip there, with the little H96 PRO Plus on the top there. It does have a little protective film over it here, which you can take off. It's completely up to you. If we flip it over, as you can see on the back, again, it just mentions a few of the details. So you've got CPU S912, OS is Android 6.0, RAM 3GB, ROM 32GB, made in China. So as you can see on the back, you have your Ethernet port here, your optical, your HDMI, your AV, and of course your power 5V wired port here. On the other side, you have two USB ports here where you can attach Bluetooth controllers, for example, and you also have here a micro SD card slot, so very, very handy there as well. And then we're back round obviously to the main port here. So obviously, like I mentioned about the premium gold and black box look, well, that's about as far as the premium feel and look goes. It doesn't feel that great. I mean, it doesn't need to feel great, I suppose, but it does feel quite light in the hand and quite plasticky. I know it's made of plastic, but I would like to see something slightly more premium feel in the hand, maybe. So that is the look at the box. We're just going to put that to one side, and then we're going to quickly look at what else is in the box. And then of course we open the box here, and of course it won't look like this because obviously I've opened it up and jumbled things around, but you do have your power cable there. You also have your HDMI cable here, and of course you have your controller here. Now, this is where the problem lies for me. The controller is, to put it politely, pretty pants. That's not to say you can't obviously attach your own Bluetooth controller, which I have done for the review in a second, and it works very, very well after that. But of course, this controller, with it not being Bluetooth and only being the IR Blaster, again, like with all IR Blaster controllers, I'm not a personal fan because you have to constantly check to see where the box is, and it doesn't quite connect sometimes, so not a massive fan of that personally, but that's each to their own. And then to finish it off, you also have your manual here with just a few, it's 4 pages front and back. It's not really much there, but it does give you an idea of what you can do and how you set things up a little bit as well. So that is in there, and that is what's in the box. We're now going to jump onto my TV and see how this baby runs. So as you can see, it does load up with the H96 PRO logo there. Not really a logo, but a title. And then it jumps onto the main home screen. Okay, so we are now on the home screen, as you can see, and it always starts at the top right hand side with a little cleaner. So if we just click on that to show you what happens. And as you can see, a little rocket jumps up and sort of flies off, and it basically clears any process that's happening in the background. So that is one good thing, but there is a downside slightly to this function, because sometimes when you're coming back to your home page from an app or something like that, it starts at the top right hand side every time, even if it's not where you left the home page, which I struggle to get used to, but it's something that you probably will. So if you can't find where your cursor is, you know it's at the top right hand side, and then you can obviously come down from here. Now remember guys, I am using the Bluetooth remote here, so of course it is working like an absolute charm, but before that, like I said, the remote that comes with it isn't the best, so it does feel like it sticks quite a lot. But as soon as you get your Bluetooth on there, look at that, free of movement, beautiful. Now just for the purpose of this video, I have downloaded a few apps and put them to the bottom here, so you can have VPNs, you can have different apps on here as well that are all on like an instant start, so you can just click on them, you don't have to go to your apps drawer. And also on that main bar also starts with this update function, so if you click on that, it will just automatically check to see whether you are on the latest one. So if you go down to the detection of update, if you click on that, it'll test to see whether there's a new version. It'll say no new version has been detected, because obviously I have just updated it. Okay, so we'll start with the top left hand side. We've got Cody. So Cody is automatically on there. Now it does already have third-party add-ons already installed on here. Now I personally don't agree with that, because I don't think it's the right to push third-party add-ons on somebody's own device. So if they want to do third-party add-ons, they can, but of course I personally think it would be better to have a blank version of Cody so that then people could do with Cody what they wish. And also some of the third-party add-ons on here are outdated and not functioning properly anymore, so you will have problems with these. So I would recommend a fresh start on your Cody once you get to here, and then like I said, you can do with Cody what you wish. You've got a YouTube section here and you've got a Google Play section, so them three all at the top. Now I do actually like the graphics behind the pictures and things. I think it looks very fresh, very sort of ice clean. I do like that. Some of the other Android boxes that you find are quite dull, I feel, with their layout, and I actually like what they've done with this. You've got My Files. We click on My Files, that's obviously your local disk and things like that. You go to music, so if you have any music that you want to add, you can do that here. You've got games, the same. If you want to add any game apps or anything like that, you can do that here. If we just click on add, any of the apps that you might have downloaded to do with games, for example, you can add. So say that that's a game, I'm not even sure what that is, that came preloaded. We click on that and then we come back out, and as you can see, it then adds to that section. So if we go back into games, it's there, so that's pretty cool. Then we've got settings, so you've got your network, your display, so if you want to change your screen resolution, your screen positions, your calibration of the tops of your screen and stuff like that, that's pretty cool to do there. I mean, I'm not going to go into all of this because you probably know by now with Android boxes how they come set up. They're all pretty stock with things like this, so if you do want to add your own remote and Bluetooth, things like that, any Bluetooth devices, headphones, things like that, you can do that here. You've then got a video section again with things like that. If you've got any videos stored on your device that you want, you can add them here. You can also go to your browser, so if you want your internet, so if you do want to download APKs and things like that, you can do that straight from here. This is where having a good Bluetooth controller comes in, because like as you can see, I've just switched to the mouse mode, and then I can search in there and I'll type in like Mobdro, for example, and then I'll simply click on it and it will load through to the website. Click on the website and then download the app there. You can simply click on that and it will then start downloading. Another good thing about this, as you can see at the top, it's a bit like an Android phone with your sort of Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, time and stuff on here. And if you press and swipe down, as you can see, you'll have all your notifications. If anything's downloaded from Google, for example, an APK, it'll come up here and it'll say, do you want to open? And then you just sort of click on it and it will then go through to that APK download. So again, really, really handy to use, a bit like a phone with your swipe scenario. You've also got things down here like a camera, and it's taking a screenshot of what you're doing, which is pretty cool. You've got a back button there. You've got an enter there. You've got a recent apps there as well. So you've got all your recent apps on here. And as you can see, I've got YouTube open there. And oh, there's my video, which is pretty cool. I like that. And of course, if we want to get rid of any of them, of course, we can just X them off. So that's pretty much it for the look. I'm now going to do a benchmark test so you see how it scores. So first off, I'm going to download the app for that. So we're going to use Antutu benchmark. So I'm just going to install that. Again, look how easy it is to use the mouse cursor on a good remote. It's so much better than using the standard remotes you get with any of these boxes, in my personal opinion anyway. So we are just going to run the test now. So it's going to start off with the 3D. Straight into the moon. Now I may skip this in a minute just to speed things up, but it is good for you guys to see how this is all working. So we're on to 95%, we're on the final stretch now. 1% to go. Come on. Come on, H96 PRO Plus. Sounds like a drug. And there is your final score for the H96 PRO Plus. This one is 43002. 3D is 9466. UX is 14822, CPU is 13719 and RAM is 4995. So guys, let us know below what you think about that score, whether you think, when we jump on to show you what the price of this is, whether you think that is a good score for the price, and whether you feel that the S912 chipset has actually something that has improved this product. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and also you can help out your fellow viewers when deciding on future products to buy.